already. Today we're going to make cinnamon roll challah. So we start with 3½ cups of flour. I'm doing it on a large cutting board. You could do it right on the table, but you're going to make a well in the middle of your 3½ cups of flour. We're going to add 2 eggs. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of honey. Trick when you're using honey, if you spray the bowl before you put the honey in, it slides pretty much right out and you won't lose any of your measurement. We're going to add 1/3 of a cup of olive oil. I'm going to just break the eggs a bit. Oop, lost my flow. Then to this, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 1 packet of yeast. I'm going to push it down a bit. I'm going to make my well a little bit bigger. I'm going to add 2/3 of a cup of warm water. Just a little bit to start so we don't overflow. I'm going to move in some of the flour. We're going to have to use our hands. It's going to get a little messy. And then once I get that mixed in a little bit, I'm going to add the rest of the water and use my hands to mix. Once we get all the ingredients incorporated, and make it into one big ball of dough, we are going to knead it for 7 minutes. Once it's done being kneaded for 7 minutes, we're going to take it and we're going to let it rest in a warm spot for about an hour to rise. You're going to put it on a plate, cover it with a damp dish towel, and let it sit for an hour. I'm going to keep kneading. See you in an hour. Okay, so after an hour, take the dough. You're going to cut it into 3 equal pieces. Okay. And you're going to take it and you're going to flatten it out. You could roll it with a rolling pin if you want, but I think it works just well enough to flatten and stretch like you would a pizza dough. In this bowl, I have 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. You can use canola oil or oil also, but I decided to use melted butter. And then we have 3/4 cups of brown sugar and 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon and a pinch of salt. So I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to put about 1/3 of it into the dough. Kind of stretch as I go, and I'm going to roll it up and stretch and roll and stretch out the far side so that it doesn't leak out too much. I'm going to do this 3 times. So while that's happening, this has to sit for another half an hour once I braid it and rise again. Try not to rip too many holes in it. You gotta try to kind of keep them about the same length. They'll stretch afterwards, so. Stretch and roll. so once I get all 3 of them, I'm going to connect them. I'm going to kind of stretch them out a little bit. The longer they are, the longer the braid will be, without pulling them apart and making holes. Put the 3 ends together and then give it a little like twist, and then just braid. So over and under. When you get to the end, do the same thing. Give the end a little bit of a twist so that all 3, and then you can tuck it under. And you're going to let it rise for half an hour. Again, cover it, warm place. So after I let it rise for 30 minutes, I took an egg, beat it up, put a little egg wash on it, put it in the oven at 375 for half an hour. If you see that the top is getting a little dark after like 15-20 minutes, just take a piece of tin foil and cover it. Took it out of the oven. Cinnamon roll challah. Enjoy.